Hi, my name is Carlos Balagot, CEO of Spectrum CannaLabs. Um, the problem that we're trying to solve is the lack of standardization in the industry and actually the falsifying of data from other different types of labs. Our solution is taking our background and experience in pharma and regulated industries and bringing it to this space to help set standards in cannabis analytical testing, as well as focus on R&D and education. Um, Labs are required to create these COAs, the certificate of analyses, and that's what gets legal product to legal dispensaries. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of capital to open up labs. Again, the lack of standardization means that there's certain labs out there that can't defend their data and are actually being shut down. And so, again, our solution is being a lab that sets the standards, partnering with the right groups to bring in a higher standard, and focusing on the R&D and education. Our go-to-market strategy is actually focusing on R&D for our potential customers, which is growers, manufacturers, distributors, so that they can better understand their processes and make a safer product. From there, because there's no standardization, that means once we're synergized, they'll stick with us for release testing, and then we'll be able to get them into some sort of subscription model, which we've already discussed with a few groups that we have LOIs with. We've also done projects with one of the largest multi-state operators in the US and with UC Davis on their first hemp farm. So we're excited to have those kinds of projects. Our business strategy is again to dial in the R&D for our customers to make claims, so that they can stand out. We are focused on not only the larger groups within our area, but really helping out other minority-owned businesses. We're the only fully minority-owned lab in California, and we want to make sure that other minority businesses don't get priced out. Um, it's important to us that we do that because the war on drugs has adversely affected a lot of minority people, and we want to make sure they have this opportunity to succeed in this space. Um, the other major thing that we want to promote is getting consistent products so that we can link it to medical outcome. And so we're going to collect the data that we generate through testing, which is unique to testing, so that we can eventually have this pharma play where we'll collect the data, we'll be able to know the terpene or the cannabinoid profile of a certain product. We will make sure it's consistent and safe, and that way we can get to more clinical trials and linking these medical outcomes. So I think I might have mentioned that in our estimation, it takes about 2 years to set up a lab the right way. Not only is there a high cost of capital, but only 33% of cities in California even allow kind of businesses. So there's a run on real estate. And a lot of times where you can set up, these aren't, ready lab areas. So you're literally building a lab up from the ground up. Now we got lucky in that we found a ready to go lab. And so what we're looking for now is we've been through those 2 years of setting up. We're in the final phase of data review with the Bureau of Cannabis Control, which is the licensing body. So our initial investment would go towards finalizing the license and then scaling and expanding from there. So we feel with a nice investment, we're about 2 to 3 months away, and then being able to scale because we have a lot of people waiting for us to open. So again, this opportunity is because of federal illegality. I mean, we have this, unique space where a lot of established businesses or testing labs, they can't necessarily get in because they would have to set up a whole new business anyway. And so for us, it's established the right way. We set up in Davis because we want to be close to research. We want to support, this prime growing community. It's also an underserved area in terms of testing and testing capacity. And so establish a lab here and then work on a second and a third lab within California and just be open for and ready for when legalization hits, because then the floodgates will open. I mean, that being said, we've already been approached multiple times to get purchased, but we felt our value wasn't there. We've looked at different partnerships, like a food safety company that's in the area, but again, they wanted to take us over because they saw the opportunity, but we felt our value is not there yet. We're not done, and so we're going to be starting to have those conversations, or continue to have those conversations, and be open to it. But we want to get established, and then once legalization hits, now we'll have all kinds of opportunities available.